Hey guys, Phil from Clearwater Airsoft here today, and we are going to look at the brand new Enhanced Polymer Stock 2 from PTS. I'm sure like loads of you, I ran a PTS EPS stock for absolutely ages, especially on my NGRS guns, so that I could get a really big battery in there. And the battery that I always used was these Titan lithium ion ones with the 7,000 milliamp capacity, because I only had to charge them up every once in a while in a blue moon. So this is an evolution of that stock, and as you can see from the image on the front of the box, it is whilst retaining sort of the ethos of the EPS, it's changed quite significantly. In fact, it probably borrows more from the EPS compact stock, which I've got here. I've taken this off my Zev carbine because I am going to swap this one for this one so I can use these again. So that's EPS-C. So keep that image in your head when we open the box. So I'll take a look inside. Here is, move this out of the way, the new EPS2. So you can see it's got much squarer sides, and it's actually a bit shorter, so it's more the same length as the EPS-C, which is, it's good, you know, don't want a massive stock. It's got really good cheek weld, nice big flat surfaces there. It's adopted the same release for sliding up and down the stock, and also for putting it on the stock, which is so easy. It's just like a second's work to put that on, as the EPS-C. Made of the same material still, so it's this DuPont polymer, so it's really sturdy, lovely finish, fits onto my mil-spec stock tubes fine, not a problem there. Has a QD socket on either side for your slings. That is the only issue I have with where that is, but I understand entirely why it is there, because if it wasn't there, and if we open this up, you wouldn't have this massive space for storing batteries. But like the original, you can still put really big batteries, and that will obviously, with the wires in there, you'll be able to close that up nicely. Of course, that'd be plugged in. It's not going to get in the way. So you can fit really big batteries, you've got loads of space in there. But that does obviously mean then that you've got to have this QD socket here. You can't have it down in the bottom corner, or you lose that space there if you want to run a bigger battery. I don't like it there, because when you've got a QD socket on it, it bangs on the bottom of this cheek weld piece here where the battery goes. And it just limits the rotation. And I know a lot of people have anti-rotation QD sockets on their guns, but on the stock, I think it's really important to be able to have that rotation, so that it can be easier to manipulate the gun when you've got the sling on, especially if you mount it on the outside, excuse me, like I do and a lot of other people do. So that is the EPS2 stock. Let's put this back on. It's really well made, high quality, as we've all come to expect from PTS. Fits really big batteries, like 7,000 milliamp lithium ion batteries in there. Looks good on the gun. It looks more in tune with like a SOTMOD B5, like the Bravo company stock, than the old EPS. So if you're going for a specific look that you want to be more realistic, so obviously this isn't used on any real firearms, this is a much closer look, I think, than the original EPS stock was. One thing that you do lose, without really any reason, you know, it's obvious why, you don't have a sling hoop through the stock like you do on the EPS-C, but of course that's easy to understand because you won't be able to put a battery in there otherwise. So overall, yeah, I rate it. I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10 purely because of the location of the QD sockets, but because I understand why it's there and not anywhere else, we will go with a nice, good, solid 9.5 out of 10. I think they've really done a good job, and I expect to see lots more of these in the field now that they're released. So if you hit up your local PTS retailer and ask them about it, if they don't already have them in or on order, I'm sure they will be able to get them in for you. So that's the PTS EPS to stock. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.